Alright, so I'm back again, and I got the BBSHD on my Diamondback overdrive sport. This is a 2016 bike, it's last year's bike. I had the 750 watt BBSO2 on there, and that's now on my wife's bike, which I'm in the middle of working on that one now. I'm waiting on a little something to come in the mail to make it all happen. So that'll be next. And I'm inside my house today because, well, it's 20 and it's been snowing on and off today. So, and for the foreseeable week, it's going to be in the 20s. So I'm stuck inside. But I got this thing ready to go for when it finally does warm up. I think it turned out pretty good. I'll take you through what I did. This went in real easy. You know, since I already had the BBSO2 in there, this thing just slid right in. I didn't have to use any shims. I didn't have to use any of that. I did have to use the little spacer kit for the 73 millimeter bottom bracket, which I specified, and they give you the spacers and the longer bolts. So that turned out great. Before, when I had this set up, I had the shift sensor up here because the cable on the shift sensor was too short to reach down there where the hookup came up. So what I did was I used some extra wire from one of those mechanical brakes that I wasn't going to use. I just chopped that baby off, and I chopped the end of the sensor off, and just spliced in another 4 inches with the brand new end on. So there's only one solder point. So it's not like I had to chop in 4 inches of soldered wire on both ends. It's just soldered in one spot. 3 wires, and I'm pretty happy how that turned out, because before it was like about right here. It was just in a bad spot, and I could only have one of my brake sensors hooked, or one of the brake cutoffs brake cutoffs hooked up front. So now I got both of those hooked up now. They're the magnetic type, and that's just tapped, and you screw the magnet into the lever, and that breaks contact and shuts the motor off. And that's on both sides. Then we're just gonna paint the magnet black so it blends in a focus hue. There. Paint the magnet black like I did on the other side. And I still have my lights down there, but I've rearranged my horn. My horn used to be up on the handlebars, so I put it there now. And that works pretty well. Here's how the dashboard turns out. It's pretty clean now. And I've got this cool cell phone holder that's going to go right here. And so my cell phone will sit about right now instead of up here. Get it over here. So this just stays pretty clean. So I got my horn, got my shifters for the rear, brakes, that's it. Go here, left side. Oh, yeah. Power. So that's working, and that's how I set that up. And I got a little mirror now. Didn't have a mirror before because right on some roads around here, and always have to whip my head around and look behind me. Do not like that. And what else did I do? Yeah, maybe I'll get into this wiring just a hair. And most guys just put, you know, some kind of connector here and connect the motor. Well, I took apart this, and the connector inside here that your battery actually sits in will come out. You can actually remove it from this housing, and so I desoldered the lines, and this is just hard lined right in there and soldered right in. So just basically a straight connection to the battery when the battery's in there. And I like it like that. It's cleaner. And I had to, let's say I chopped 4 inches out of this. It's way too long. And then I added about 4 inches to that, so that's about it. I'll be going over my wife's bike. I just kept the Speedo on here from before, and I'll just put the new one on my wife's bike. By turning that once around my down tube, that shortened it up so it's not such a mess up front. And it's a lot less of a mess than it used to be anyway. Still a mess, but just not a whole lot of extra cable that has to be bungee tied to now, so. And my battery's still holding up pretty good. I don't keep the battery outside in the garage. I keep the battery in the house during the winter time. Once it warms up and it doesn't go below like 50 or 60 at night, I'll leave it out in the garage because the garage is closed up. It's insulated too. It's just not heated. That's why I'm not out there working it now. And it's drafty, so it's an old garage. Anyway, that's how this turned out, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out.